What's happening? Good? Yeah, let me turn this up. All right, keep talking. There it is. Yes, sir.
God bless him.
Tell tell you a little something about boxing. The greatest moments have always been when the best fight the best. Pay attention. History is about to repeat itself. Canelo versus Golovkin, Saturday, September 16, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, live on pay-per-view.
Can you hear us?
Will Wright, I hear Doug. Yes, I do. DJ Ray. Yep, whoever that is. Okay.
tell you a little something about boxing. The greatest moments have always been when the best fight the best. Pay attention. History is about to repeat itself. Canelo versus Golovkin, Saturday, September 16, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, live on pay-per-view.
Los Angeles skyline on your screen. A very hot Southern California afternoon in late August as we're getting ready for Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin. That'll be September 16th in Las Vegas. But today, it is the media workout open to the public. Fans have been lining up for hours for a chance to see their stars, their heroes. Canelo Alvarez from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, and Gennady Golovkin from Kazakhstan. As fans for both fighters are here. And there you see the statue of the Hall of Famer, the Golden Boy, 1992 Olympian, and the founder of Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya. He fought at the Staples Center. Statues outside, home of the Lakers, the Kings. Champions have been made inside. We're across the street at the Plaza at Microsoft Theater. And there you see the fans. They're fanning themselves. No pun there with that one. It is hot, it is sizzling, approaching 90 degrees, and a good-sized crowd out on a Monday afternoon for a chance to see the fighters that'll be in the ring September 16th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining us all over the world. I am Beto Duran, joined by one of the best boxing scribes out there, and the editor of RingTV.com, Doug Fisher. Dougie, it's finally happened, but as we're a couple weeks away, the buzz is growing. It feels cool to be out here.
It doesn't feel cool. I'm so excited. I'm hot all over my body. I've got Canelo Triple G fever, as a matter of fact. But no, it's great to be in the final stretch of this promotion.
And we're going to see them in the middleweight division. Now, you hear middleweight, you hear 160-pound, Doug. The history in that division, so many great names.
Yeah, it's one of the oldest divisions. It's one of the original divisions. It's some of the greatest fighters of all time, from Sugar Ray Robinson to Carlos Monzon to Sugar Ray Leonard, and of course Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the great Bernard Hopkins. Triple G is a dominant champion like those guys, and Canelo Alvarez is kind of like that Ray Robinson or Ray Leonard or Roberto Duran, a popular lighter weight fighter coming up to challenge the man.
A really cool video coming your way, produced by Golden Boy Media and Entertainment with Ice Cube, also involved in some of the legends of the sport. Here is I Am Boxing.
The following is a production of Golden Boy Media and Entertainment.
Evan, yeah, we're done. I got it right there. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I stand up out of this light?
Let me tell you a little something about boxing. The greatest moments have always been when the best fight the best. Pay attention. History is about to repeat itself. Canelo versus Golovkin, Saturday, September 16, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, live on pay-per-view.
Downtown Los Angeles, there you see the skyline. Middle of the afternoon, late in August, hot summer day, and fans are getting ready to see Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin. The media workout at LA Live in downtown Los Angeles coming your way. Home of Golden Boy Promotions, downtown LA. You see the Golden Boy building off in the horizon, and there you see the statue outside of Staples Center where the Lakers and Kings have won championships. Great concerts, great boxing over the years. Oscar De La Hoya has his statue down the street from his office and across the street from where we are today at the Microsoft Plaza. LA Live, the fans are lined up making noise. They've been here early, had a chance to get to see the two stars in their eyes, Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez. Gennady Golovkin will be making his way into the ring shortly. Thank you for watching us all over the world. I am Bethel Duran, your host for this afternoon, joined by one of the best boxing scribes out there and the editor of RingTV.com, Doug Fisher. Doug, I'm not gonna say it's cool to be out here because it's not, because it's sizzling. It's over 90 degrees, but the atmosphere, that just has a vibe today.
It's hot. It's hot out here, and fight fans are heated and ready for this fight. They demanded it all last year. The boxing media has clamored for it for about a year and a half, and it's finally happening. And although it's uncomfortably hot out here right now, it feels so good to be in the final stretches of this promotion, just 3 weeks away from Canelo Triple G.
September 16th, T-Mobile in Las Vegas, where Gennady Golovkin and Saul Canelo Alvarez will go at it. Festivities all week long in Las Vegas. If you want to be there, Tuesday, the grand arrivals. Everything you need for that promotion will be at your disposal. There'll also be fights Friday night, but the main event is going to be that Saturday. The middleweight division, Doug, 160 pounds, been the glory division for so many years.
Yeah, it's a glamour division.
So many great names.
Absolutely. It's one of the original divisions, one of the oldest divisions, and it's home to legendary fighters going back to Stanley Ketchel, to the Jake LaMotta, Sugar Ray Robinson, Carlos Monzon, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And Canelo Alvarez is like one of those lighter weight fighters challenging the dominant champion, the dominant middleweight champion, which is what Triple G is. Canelo's like Roberto Duran or Tommy Hearns or Sugar Ray Leonard stepping up in weight to fight the man at 160 pounds, and that's why this fight is of such magnitude and has so much attention on it.
And there you see the Canelo fans out strong, but Gennady Golovkin has fans himself. You see the Kazakhstan fan flying on. You see he's a Chivas fan representing Guadalajara. There you see Gennady's flag, and you saw 24/7 what it is, for how special that these two fighters have their hometowns and their countries supporting them. And you see the crowd. It's cool. They were here early on, and they also had a chance to see in the middleweight division a cool feature that's produced by Golden Boy Media and Entertainment. As we talk about the 160-pound division, the middleweights, well, I Am Boxing is a movie that features the historic past. So before Gennady Golovkin makes his way to his media workout inside the ring here in Los Angeles, let's check out the movie I Am Boxing.
The following is a production of Golden Boy Media and Entertainment.
I Am Boxing is exclusively presented by Tecate. Tecate, born bold. I was born in antiquity. I was raised in blood-salted earth. I am pure, and I am complex. beauty of the human form and the darkness in the human mind. I am the violent release of strife within all men. I am a game played out masterfully over time. And all at once, with most brutal abandon.
I don't think he's getting up.
I have known many names. While my spirit remains unchanged, I am the soul of competition. I am the sweet science. I am boxing. I am boxing. I live on today, preserved in the primal quest to know, to see, to achieve who is best and deserving of a crown. I sit only in the space between bells. As I rest and listen, the orator speaks.
The things that I know about boxing, I think it's the greatest sport on the planet, and I mean the whole planet.
I am not contained by sovereign borders. Only the squared circle holds me, where I wait for my champions to carry me.
Champions always carry the sport of boxing, but two great fighters and one great fight, that is what's important. And I want to tell you, the fight is here. Canelo in Triple G. What could be better? Two great fighters in a great fight. You've seen them in their beautiful suits and nice smiles and that. They're very, very charismatic. But the ring first.
First, it is in the ring where I feel the tension in the crowd, in the humanity that is my life's blood. As the two are at last assembled, bonded by a crackling energy of the fate that connects them.
Golovkin, you are next, my friend.
For the first time in a long time, you've got not just the boxing fans, you have the entire sporting world interested in this matchup.
Good luck in September. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
You know, this reminds me of when I first fell in love with the sport. Way back, Sugar Ray Robinson was slated to fight Earl Turner, who was a huge drawing card in Oakland, California. I lived in San Jose and used to take a bus every day just to watch Sugar Ray work out. Finally, one day, he noticed me, started up a conversation, and much to my surprise, he gave me a front row ticket for his fight. That moment is when I really felt the love for boxing. And during the fight, in the third or fourth round, I remember Ray had pulled Turner into a clinch and leaned over and winked at me. Well, it was a kind of a wink of, how do you think I'm doing? And of course, Ray Robinson, in those days, everything he did was perfect.
My years of privilege have always been paid for by the efforts of my champions.
This was a time when everybody was on board with boxing. We had the great Sugar Ray Robinson and Jake LaMotta. They fought 6 times. Ray won 5, Jake won 1. Every fight went the distance except one, which was a 15-round fight, and Ray stopped him in the 13th round. And I'll never forget the film. They showed Jake leaning against the rope, battered and that, and he said to Ray, "You couldn't put me down, Ray, you couldn't put me down." That's the way boxing was.
The breadth and depth of my influence is endless. The masses, the people. My soul is embraced closely and openly. This is my golden age.
The golden age of boxing, Robinson and LaMotta. Great matchups always live up to expectations. You know, back in the day, boxing was part of society. You would get the fights on the radio. The outstanding fights would be shown on film in movie theaters along with the regular fare. Everybody talked boxing. During the Joe Louis days, the Marciano days, it was a part of society. Boxing was that great.
My lineage has lived on over the millennia, passed hand to hand, just as the ancient flame of Olympus.
After the 1976 Olympics, we had another golden age of boxing. Sugar Ray Leonard came out of the Olympics and captured the hearts of the people. And we had the four kings. It was just a great time for boxing.
My acclaim is buoyed once again by a quorum of champions. 4 kings carry me and hold me higher than any single name ever could.
Big names help our sport, help to carry it. But when you get 2 guys, 2 real solid champions, and they fight each other, that is the great time.
I know triumph and vanity and optimism. I know nothing of fear. I step back and retreat only to gain advantage. This is my golden age, and I revel in the glory of the 4 kings.
4 kings, this was such a great time in boxing. I mean, you had 4 great fighters, and they all wanted to fight each other. I mean, there was nobody backing out or this or that, and I had the privilege in 1985 to be at the Hagler-Hearns fight. 8 minutes of hell. 2 great fighters and just one hell of a fight.
I am never so great as when my standard is borne into the ring by not one, but many great champions. But alas, I must wait for the flame to be passed yet again.
I am boxing. I stand again poised at the dawning of my acclaim. The 2 are my wings of ascension, where I last meet in the sacred square.
The screeching cries of my life's blood have been answered, and in the end, only one will stand.
The people are getting the fight that they demanded. This thing is everywhere.
The orator speaks well of me again, as in the past, when I was spoken for by kings. The flame has been passed, and the world is on fire. I press my lineage on the 2 who would carry this flame. I see that it is well kept, but I demand more.
I am boxing. If you are indeed the suitors of my deliverance, I ask only that you give me everything.
Your unblinking eye, that's answer enough.
I demand reverence for the past and for each other.
Show me your strategy. Show me that you're smart. Show me the joy that you take in your position.
Show me you possess the bearing of a champion.
What you got? Bring the people together. Select only the finest and most worthy of foes. Crush them like they crushed those before you.
Prepare your body and your mind. Show me your power.
Power! Show me your will.
Your will. Show me
Speed. Are you a thinking man, or you a punching bag?
Let me look within you and know a thing that is pure and complex.
Show me the beauty of the human form and the darkness in the human mind. Show me the violent release of the strife that is in all men. Play the game like a master with time and with suddenly brutal abandon.
Give me your name and lift me once again with your combined spirits.
I demand this of you because you are worthy and you are capable.
Bring to me my golden age, for
I am boxing, and I'm back.
Don't miss Canelo Golovkin, Saturday, September 16th, from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, live on pay-per-view. Tecate, born bold.
And there you see LA Live. Gennady Golovkin making his way into the ring for the media workout, the LA Public workout in downtown Los Angeles. We'll be back with more in LA. Gennady Golovkin, Saul Canelo Alvarez, Mexico, Kazakhstan, much, much more from Los Angeles.
Let me tell you a little something about boxing. The greatest moments have always been when the best fight the best. Pay attention. History is about to repeat itself. Canelo versus Golovkin, Saturday, September 16th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, live on pay-per-view.
Canelo, be bold! Hey, Canelo. No bueno. Be bold. Good there. Hey.
Be bolder.
Tecate Light, born bold.
El boxeo es un deporte muy difícil que requiere mucha disciplina, entrenamiento. Es un deporte de sacrificio.
Te quita muchas horas de tu juventud. Eres un joven que quiere vivir la vida, quiere ser como los demás, quiere ir a fiestas, a bailes, y no puedes hacerlo porque tienes que pelear, tienes que dormir temprano.
Bien, rapidito,
esa es la disciplina.
Bien. Yo creo que cuando te amas lo que haces, al final vale la pena.
Al final del tiempo, las cosas más preciadas que dejamos pasar encuentran nuestro rumbo nuevamente. Y esto que termina solo espera comenzar.
Avión más hotel al mejor precio, solo en Interjet Vacations. Lo mejor del cielo y la tierra.
Tecate, born bold.
For the first time in a long time, you've got not just the boxing fans, you have the entire sporting world interested in this matchup. Champions always carry the sport of boxing, but two great fighters and one great fight. That is what's important.
I stand again poised at the dawning of my acclaim. The two who are my wings of ascension, where I last meet the sacred square. The flame has been passed, and the world fire. I press my lineage on the two who would carry this flame. I see that it is well kept, but I demand more.
That's not what we've expected.
I am boxing.
Downtown Los Angeles, getting ready for Gennady Golovkin to get into the ring. He takes on Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico's own Saul Canelo Alvarez, September 16th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Today, the media workouts. I'm Bethel Duran, joined by the editor of RingTV.com and one of the best boxing writers out there, Doug Fisher. Doug, we're weeks away from going to Vegas for what should be a great fight.
Oh, the atmosphere is gonna be amazing because this isn't a manufactured mega fight. It's a fight that happened organically. It's a fight that fans and media have demanded, and it's happening for real.
Third member of our crew, the one and only Jessica Rosales, is in the ring. Jessica, what's the vibe out there?
Love to absolutely every single one of you that came out here because it is hot and I see you guys are still enjoying yourself. So hats off to you guys. Let's hear you guys make some noise for being out here today, right? All right, and it's very hard to tell who's got more of a fan base here today, if it's Canelo or if it's Triple G, because it's pretty much split down the middle. But Tat, I think it is time now for us to introduce someone that we've got here
Here
that
we
everyone's
go.
been waiting for.
LA, are you ready? Making his way into the ring. He was last seen in the ring against Daniel Jacobs in front of a sellout crowd. 19,939 in New York, winning by unanimous decision. He currently holds the WBA, IBF, and IBO middleweight titles. His professional record, an undefeated 37 victories, no losses, 33 wins coming by way of knockout, representing Kazakhstan, the one and only Gennady Triple G Golovkin. Triple G fans, make some noise! And of course, shout out to his trainer, coach, manager, the great Abel Sanchez.
All right, guys. Well, as Tattoo said, we're here with Abel, and of course, a very exciting day today. I'm talking to the fans about how hot it is out here, and they still came out in large numbers. How has this been affecting the fight? Obviously, the atmosphere around it since it was announced to today.
I don't think anybody notices the heat. I think they notice that there's the actual fight here coming up on the 16th, and this is going to be exciting for all of them to see, and hopefully they tune in on the 16th and see a spectacular fight.
Let's see. You guys are going to tune in on the 16th, right? There we go. I don't think that's going to be a problem. So tell me, how has Triple G's mentality changed from when it was first announced to now? Obviously, we're in that home stretch, and it's going to come up sooner than we think.
Well, actually, he was very tired of all the talk. Now that the fight is signed, there's no more weedy-weedy, there's no more negotiations. The fight is signed, we're going to fight, and that's what's important to him, that finally it's going to be done on the 16th.
And you brought up a very good point, the talk. I've not known him to really be much of a trash talker, but obviously this has been kind of going on behind the scenes. How has that affected him at all? What has he been saying about what Canelo's been saying about him?
Well, it upset him, actually. It upset him because he doesn't like anybody just to use his name in a way that's publicity when the Cotto fight was ended, and Canelo was talking about he wants to fight him now, and then he backs off and gives up the belt after the Khan fight. It upset him a lot. But now that it's done, I think that he realizes that there's no more backing out now.
I know we've got a lot of fans that are tuning into our live stream right now, all around the world. They don't know what to expect from this media day. What are we going to see him working on?
He's just going to do a little, it's kind of hot out here to do much of anything, but he's going to do a little shadow boxing, maybe a couple minutes of mitts just so they can hear some sounds, but it's too hot out here to do much anything else.
All right, well, we're looking forward to seeing it, and of course, thanks for the time.
Thank you very much.
Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Oh, there you see Abel Sanchez using a term that all Mexicans know, puro witty witty. That's done with. Omar witty witty, they did sign the contract. Basically saying blah, blah, blah. How do you translate that, Doug? But the contract signed September 16th in Las Vegas. We'll be there. The talk about this, though, Doug, there was, when is this going to happen? When is it going to happen? We would hear Oscar De La Hoya say it's going to. Now it is. In the boxing media world, how is it being perceived?
Well, before the fight was made, there was a lot of skepticism, and there was a lot of angst among hardcore fight fans because, I guess, of the hangover after the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. Fans, they didn't have the tolerance or the patience to let a big fight marinate, because the fear is that it'll over-marinate and that these guys will step into the ring when one of them is past his prime. They want to see these guys at their best. So I think the fight is happening at the right time. Had it not happened in 2017, I think the weight of the entire boxing world would have come crashing down on Canelo and Golden Boy Promotions. But Canelo's a proud young champion, and Golden Boy Promotions is beholden to boxing. You know, they're a business, but they have respect for the sport itself. So they made the fight when the fight needed to be made, and that's why it's going to be a huge event. And a real event, and it's going to be a real sellout in the T-Mobile Arena filled with real fans.
Big buzz for that fight. Talking to ticket brokers, one of the hardest tickets to get is September 16th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Beto Duran joined by Doug Fisher, Jessica Rosales also amongst the crowd interviewing the fighters. So if you're watching this, you're like, you know what, it'd be cool to be down there in LA live, come on down. Canelo Alvarez will be working out later on this afternoon, scheduled for 2 o'clock. Right now, Gennady, you see him inside the ring, the Jordan brand. Now, that's another thing. Gennady Golovkin, a fighter with limited English, is selling out arenas. Mind you, it's going to be with Canelo, but Madison Square Garden, they love him.
Yeah.
He's sponsored by Nike and Jordan brand. How did this guy get here? Where did he come from?
Well, it's consistency, and it's his style, and I think his humble personality, humble, quiet personality outside of the ring, that contrast with a total destroyer killer, a juggernaut in the ring, I think fans are attracted to that. And when you knock out 23 opponents in a row, including world title holders and legitimate top 10 contenders, you're going to attract attention. And gradually, he attracted a dedicated fan base. And that's what's so great about this fight, is these aren't just the two best middleweights in the world. These are the two most popular middleweights in the world, and just in all of boxing in any weight class, they have two of the most dedicated followings.
Look at that crowd out there right now. It's hot. It's over 90 degrees.
And they've been there for hours.
They were here early. Now, Doug, media workouts.
That's dedication.
Usually media workouts are in a gym where it gets crowded, it's packed. You don't invite the fans. Anything ever like this in your career?
Yeah, only for huge mega fights. You know what I mean? If you go back to you go back to Oscar De La Hoya versus Julio Cesar Chavez. Those type, they had media workouts that were outside in the public where thousands of people could see it because that was the kind of demand. Most fights, there isn't this kind of demand. Most fights, you know, if you had a public workout, you would get maybe 100 fans. You wouldn't get thousands of fans. And certainly, you wouldn't have fans standing out in this heat for hours.
Yeah, they're not selling beer out there. They're not selling refreshments. There's no vendors. They are selling gear for September 16th. And make sure you guys go to check out the Golden Boy website on ringtv.com for more details about that. Order the pay-per-view if you're not going to be in Las Vegas. Look right there. See in the corner? Triple G Promotions.
Yes.
He now has his own promotions company. This guy is living the American dream coming from Kazakhstan.
Yeah, because he is the fulfillment of a Kazakhstan dream. I mean, he's on stamps out there.
Is he really
in his
stamps?
home country? Yeah, I mean, he's reached hero status, and it's because he is representing that nation worldwide, and he's representing it with dignity.
Gennady Golovkin trains in Big Bear, California, about 2 hours north of where we are today in downtown Los Angeles. He was a silver medalist in the Olympics. He had a great record early on in his career fighting in Germany, came to the United States, and I remember reading that you wrote about him, Doug, years ago, that there was this boogeyman in the mountains with a country I never heard of, with a name I couldn't say, but you were right there with them. What was the lore about Gennady Golovkin early on?
Well, people didn't know his name, and they didn't even know his nationality. People were calling him the Russian. Sometimes they call him the Ukrainian. You know,
he's bi.
He was known as Superman. We call him Superman, and he was in there with some of the toughest hombres of Southern California, Alfredo Angulo, who was a junior middleweight contender at a time.
And Pedro Angulo?
Yeah, Pedro Angulo, and a bit of a gym bully, a guy who roughed up his sparring partners, and he couldn't do anything with Gennady Golovkin, and that's when I first heard of him. There's some gym rats who gave me a call from Big Bear saying that there is a guy who is not only strong and powerful, but is just technically sound all around. And I couldn't wait to get a look at him. And luckily for me, I know Abel Sanchez. I gave him a call. This is in spring of 2011. And I said, hey, let me know when he's sparring. Let me know when he's starting camp. And Abel Sanchez told me, hey, he is in camp. He's going to fight former junior middleweight champ Kasim Uma. And you're going to love this. He's sparring with the young Mexican champion, Saul Alvarez. Everybody wasn't calling him Canelo at the time. He was just 20 years old, and he had just won the WBC title by outpointing Matthew Hatton in Orange County. And I was a little bit underwhelmed by that performance, but I thought Canelo did the right thing by switching his camp from Guadalajara to Big Bear, where it's very serious, as Triple G will tell you. And for what I saw when they sparred together, I saw really the future. I saw that Alvarez is more than just popularity. I thought it showed real character to get in with a beast like Golovkin. And of course, I saw not just the physical strength and the punching power from Golovkin, but I saw the technical proficiency. He reminded me of Kostya Tszyu, a great amateur champion and now a fighter who's enshrined in the Hall of Fame.
Beto Duran, that was the voice of Doug Fisher, now joined by Tom Loeffler with Triple G Promotions, one of the lead promoters in this, one of the men who was responsible for bringing the negotiations to the table and got him here. Tom, thank you for joining us. You just came from the ring. What's it like down there? I know it's hot, besides the fact that it's hot and everybody's sweaty, but this is cool. I've never seen anything like this.
I'll tell you, Beto, it's nice to be in the shade here with you guys.
You can stay as long as you want.
It's hot outside, but you see with the fan turnout, they don't care. They know this is a hot fight. This resembles the Southern California weather, and when you got two guys in the ring in their primes, like Triple G, like Canelo Alvarez, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. The true boxing fan realize this is the real fight. This is for not only middleweight supremacy, but supremacy of the sport of boxing.
That's the voice of Tom Loeffler. What's camp been like so far?
Gennady's motivated. He's so motivated. This is what he's been waiting for. This is what we've all been working for the last 6 years. This is the biggest platform he's ever fought on. This is the biggest challenge that Gennady's had. You know, it's just one guy in the ring with him in another arena that he'll sell out. But when you look at the platform, all the pay-per-view buys, all the international televised countries, the sponsorships involved in this fight, this brings his career and his platform to a whole different level. And I think the winner of this fight really needs to be recognized as the best fighter in the sport.
Well, there's no doubt of the magnitude and the significance of this matchup, but as you noted, this is by far the biggest stage that Triple G has fought on. I mean, he's been a headliner, he's been like an HBO staple, but this is a mega pay-per-view event that the entire world is watching. Is there any concerns that he might get caught up in the magnitude, caught in the spotlight?
No, Doug, he looks at this as just breaking new ground. It's another fight. You know, he's fought in 7 different countries, 22 different cities. It's a lot of people wonder or surprised he's never fought in Las Vegas, but he's saved this fight, the biggest fight in boxing, the biggest stage in boxing, for the fight with Canelo, and it really doesn't get bigger than this. This is much bigger than anything he's been involved with, and I think this is one of those fights that can take his career to a whole different level.
That's Tom Loeffler with Triple G Promotions, 7 countries, 22 different cities.
Yeah.
For the first time in Las Vegas. When I did my notes on this, I'm like, no, wait, I went back and looked at Boxer and like, there's got to be a Vegas fight because everybody fights in Vegas.
Yeah.
How's that going to be when you guys go there?
Well, I'll tell you, the first time he fought in LA, he broke the record at the StubHub Center. So we're expecting a great reception. We've got fans coming from all over, from Australia, from New Zealand, from Europe, from Kazakhstan. Naturally, Canelo got all of his fans coming from Mexico, and it's going to be a tremendous. It's not even really considered a boxing match. It's considered an international sporting event. So,
that's exactly what it is. It's an event. It's not a circus like we just saw. This is an actual event. Now, being Mexican, I thought I knew geography pretty well, right? You know, but I've never seen so many Mexicans owning a Kazakhstan flag. Why does Triple G resonate with the Mexican fans?
Or a Triple G hat, or T-shirts that say Mexicans for Golovkin. I mean, there's such an you know, the Mexican boxing fans are so educated because they're really the most passionate fans, and they respect the fact that Gennady fights in the Mexican style, but he also wants to put on a show for the fans. He doesn't want to dance around for 12 rounds. He wants to put on a show, just like Canelo's going to come out swinging, and that's what I think the fans are looking forward to, and that's what the Mexican fans especially appreciate about Triple G.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Tom. Mexican fans, obviously they support their own, but they have respect for the sport of boxing, and they have respect for fighters that give 100% and that understand that it's also entertainment, and that not only go out there to win, but go out there to put on a show. And if you can recall, and guy, you and I are both familiar with Shane Mosley.
Yep, absolutely.
Before the U.S. media or U.S. boxing fans got behind Shane, it was the Mexican fans and the Mexican media that were following his career.
From all those legendary sparring sessions in Southern California gyms.
That's right. Yeah, you know what? Golovkin kind of reminds me of Shane in that he was a gym legend before he made his name as a boxing champion.
How did you find Gennady? Or how did you guys find each other?
You know, it worked where we had a mutual friend. He was having issues with the promoter he had in Germany. He wanted to come here to the United States. Sergio Martinez was fighting here. All the best middleweights were fighting here. He was training in Big Bear already. We had a mutual friend that introduced me to his managers, the Herman brothers, and it clicked right away. They understood the strategy that I laid out. My strategy really was similar to what we did with the Klitschko brothers, is build him in New York. Once he was a name in New York, was the media capital of the world. If you can sell tickets in New York, you can sell tickets anywhere. You know, when you have so many things to do in New York City, and then Triple G was selling out the theater at MSG first, and then the big arena, and then the strategy was to bring him in LA, and then he sold out the StubHub in LA, and just being bi-coastal, and then internationally, you know, he fought in Monte Carlo 3 times. So that was the strategy, and it's worked, and with a lot of hard work and with a lot of knockouts, we're here now on the biggest stage in boxing.
Yeah, a big part of that was Golovkin's willingness to fight more than twice a year. That activity and that consistency, and of course his style and his dominance in the ring, that's what really got the momentum building, and he hasn't slowed down.
He's averaged 3 fights a year. He had 1 fight the second year that he came over here, 2013. He had 4 fights a year, and the commitment and the sacrifice that a boxer needs to be away from their family, to be away from their friends, to be up in the lonely confines of Big Bear, that's a big commitment.
That's the voice of Tom Loeffler with Triple G Promotions. Been with Gennady a long time before Gennady was known around the United States. Bethel Duran, Doug Fisher with the public workout at LA Live in downtown Los Angeles. Thank you for watching us all over the world. Now, the boxing side, we hear so many different people write about it. We hear about the sparring sessions. I'm intrigued by the business side. Like I said this, he has a deal with Jordan.
Yeah.
Not just Nike, Jordan.
Yeah.
You know how many millionaire athletes would love to even just get some Jordan socks? Yet you guys have your own brand with him. How did that come up?
And not only is a deal with Jordan, I mean, he was a huge fan of Michael Jordan when he was watching the NBA in Kazakhstan, and he thought everyone with Jordan shoes must be the best players. And so it was always his dream. We worked very hard on that. It took over 2 years to finalize that deal, but we finally got the new Jordan merchandise. That's where your friend Steve Kim has always been saying, when are we getting the new Triple G Jordan merchandise? They just released it today. It's not online yet, but it should be within the next week. and it's a huge compliment. They made completely custom Jordan boxing shoes for Triple G. His outfit is Jordan, and we're very proud to be associated with the Jordan family.
Pacquiao had his own Nikes. You got your own Jordans. And just put the perspective of, there's about 4 or 5 baseball players that can wear Jordan brand.
Yep.
I think 5 basketball players that can wear Jordan brand, and 1 boxer. That's Gennady Golovkin, who's in the ring right now with Abel Sanchez. Abel Sanchez is going to be joined by Tattoo in a couple minutes. Tattoo is in the ring. You guys all know Tattoo. He gets the crowd hyped. Don't go anywhere, Tom. We're going to keep you here as Tattoo is going to interview Abel Sanchez as he's wrapping the hands.
He's throwing out merchandise to the fans.
Throw the merch out.
Let us know what we're going to see right now from your undefeated middleweight champion. September 16th it goes down, but right here in LA, what fun stuff are you all going to give us?
Not very much. It's kind of hot out here to do much of anything. We're going to jump rope, do a little shadow boxing, hit a couple rounds of mitts, and that's it.
How great does it feel being this close? September 16th, the big fight, Supremacy, HBO pay-per-view completely sold out. How y'all feeling right now?
We're feeling great with this kind of support out here. Hopefully everything turns out the same way on the 16th, and we got a lot of fans watching a great fight.
Gennady, how great is it having all these fans? You see fans from Kazakhstan with the flag representing. They're here for you, the undefeated world champion. How great is it just being out here in LA, seeing all this love for Triple G?
I feel amazing, awesome. First of all, thank you very much, all fans, not only Kazakhstan or Mexican, United States fans, all fans, all world. Muchas gracias.
We've had fans out here since 6 a.m. waiting on Triple G and Canelo, man. It's got to be a great feeling. Are you ready for September 16th, Triple G, Gennady Golovkin?
Everybody ready, everybody.
There it is. The workout is almost set to begin, ladies and gentlemen, for your undefeated middleweight champion of the world, Triple G, Gennady Golovkin.
Muchas gracias. Alrighty. All right. So, I mean, you made him trilingual now, right?
Actually,
he's got like 4 or 5 languages.
English is his 4th language, and Spanish is his 5th. Abel's teaching him some Spanish, and you see when he gets interviewed in the ring afterwards, and when he greets the fans, he always threw out a few words of Spanish just in respect to the Mexican fans.
I just like talking to Doug because he speaks another language. Not English, not Spanish. He speaks boxeo.
Yeah.
Joined by Tom Loeffler, Bethel Duran, and Doug Fisher. There you see Gennady Golovkin. He takes on Canelo Alvarez September 16th in Las Vegas. Tom, of course, with Triple G Promotions. When you have a fight of this magnitude, the demands on you are completely different than anything you've ever done. A world tour, you were in Mexico, you were in Europe, you were in New York, you're in LA. The constant demand, it's completely different for Gennady. How's he handled the different strings pulling at him?
You know, Gennady is one of those rare athletes that realizes he has to be 100% prepared for the fight, but he also needs to promote the fight. A lot of boxers...
No, you gotta be kidding me.
A lot of boxers go to camp and they shut down. They don't do any interviews. They don't do the promote. You know, look, you can be a great fighter, but if you're not exciting in the ring, if you don't promote the fight, that's half the battle right there. So you need the balance. There's also boxers that have over-promoted the fight and then not been prepared in the ring. But, you know, look, Gennady is a professional. He's done this, 37 times already as a professional, 350 times as an amateur. He knows what it takes.
That's okay. It's only one day, Juice.
You know, I always try to push the marketing and the promotion, but then Abel shuts it down when he feels, okay, now we got to focus on the fight.
I'm going to pull on it.
And that's what he's doing. You see how he looks in the ring
Well,
right now.
Especially today. We're a few weeks away from camp. As you're starting to cut down in weight, you're tapering down on your sparring. You want to be in that mindset, yet I mean, you're not going to get a real workout in today. You're going to put on display. This is for the cameras. This is for the fans. You have to do this, though. It's what happens. This is how you sell a mega fight.
He might be at 160 pounds after he gets out of the ring.
I think we all are.
With how hot it is today.
Yeah, Abel's not going to keep him in there too long. He made that clear before the start.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be too long, but definitely enough for the fans to get a taste of his power, of Gennady's physique. A lot of people are saying Gennady's getting older. Some people said he looked overweight coming in the camp. I mean, Gennady's a consummate professional. He's 100% prepared, and he's going to put on a show for the fans, not only today, but on the 16th.
Now, the Summit in Big Bear, Abel Sanchez shuts it down. It's almost like you got to get a White House invitation to go up there. Now, Doug's been there, but the sparring partners, we don't What I love about
we sneak Doug in the camp every now and then.
What I love about it is whoever's sparring with them, you don't know it. I haven't heard any names. What's it been like up there? Who's up there with you?
Abel's got a whole new batch of sparring partners. I'll drop one name that might surprise a few people. Julian J-Rock Williams is up.
Oh,
Really?
very good.
And he's giving
junior middleweight
out of Philadelphia.
Breadman manages him, but Abel said that he's giving him tremendous work, and we're just excited by all the help. You know, Gennady respects his sparring partners. He appreciates the help. He doesn't try to make it a competition. Yes. They realize he's just trying to get better for the fight. He's not trying to hurt anybody.
But that's Abel's,
and it really helps both sides.
That's Abel Sanchez's philosophy for the gym. He does not believe in gym wars. He believes in gym work, and he really operates the Summit like a school, like a boxing academy, which is exactly how a gym should be.
That sparring in Big Bear, you mentioned Julian J-Rock Williams, good gun fighter out of Philadelphia, only one loss. But years ago, Doug Fisher wrote about this boogeyman that was up there and this red-faced, freckled kid out of Guadalajara. Doug, you were there for that, weren't you?
Yes, yeah, that was, gosh, that was 6 years ago. It was like the summer, early summer of 2011. And Alvarez was not really universally known as Canelo, and Golovkin was unknown, and there was no Triple G chance or moniker or anything like that. And it was really good work. I was impressed with the kid. And I was kind of blown away by Golovkin just because of his poise, his accuracy, everything about him. It didn't surprise me that he was a world amateur champion and 2004 Olympic medalist.
And that's another example of he has a lot of respect for Canelo. They worked with each other. He said, you know, they were helping each other get ready for the fights. He had a lot of respect for how young Canelo was at that time.
He was 20.
And Canelo standing toe-to-toe with them, and that's just an example of how you can, 6 years later, now you have the biggest fight on the stage of boxing.
Now, Doug, what was that weight at? Canelo is barely getting to 160.
Yeah, no, Canelo had just moved from welterweight to junior middleweight. He had just won the WBC title from Matthew Hatton. That fight was set at a catch weight of like 151, and he missed the weight, and he was upset with himself. And so at the time he was training in Guadalajara, where, you know, he's a big star, big fish, little pond. So he came to Big Bear where he was nobody. He was just another guy, and where he knew he was going to get some hard work and some good sparring. And Abel welcomed the sparring with Golovkin because Golovkin was going to fight Kasim Uma, a former junior middleweight champion. And Abel told me that they liked to work with Canelo because of Canelo's hand speed, the quickness. They liked that. That was going to help him get ready for Uma.
Beto Duran, Doug Fisher, there you see Gennady Golovkin working out in the plaza at LA Live, right across the street from Staples Center, where Michael Jordan has played. So there we go, the Jordan connection. We're joined by Tom Loeffler with Triple G Promotions. Now, Tom, when you travel around him, it's different because you know Gennady in, out of the ring, pretty much family, the way you guys spend so much time together. What's the like when fans see him for the first time?
You know, he's got such a welcoming personality. He's so humble. He respects the sport. He respects his opponents. And, you know, he said, you know, he's Gennady Golovkin outside the ring and Triple G when he gets in the ring. You see his persona change fight night when he's in the locker room, when Abel's wrapping his hands. You see he gets very serious. But other than that, he's the nicest, most likable guy that you could hope to meet in the sport of boxing.
And he doesn't get a big head either. I mean, I've been in this sport. I've covered this sport for 20 years.
Wait, boxers get big heads after they win?
I guess it happens. It happens. You know, there's a guy who's just a local kid or whatever. They get big. They get an entourage. Yeah. And then, you know, they're not as friendly as they were when they were coming up. And Gennady's huge international fame. He's the same guy. He's the same guy he was 6 years ago when I first met him.
Well, when I was watching 24/7, you see Triple G back at Kazakhstan at the same gym he started, and he's calling the kids out saying, "You guys are soft. We used to do this." Like,
I like that.
Like, I thought the was gonna man. I want to go. All right, somebody hit somebody, do something. But same exact workouts. Yeah. But that foundation is huge for him too, right? His family, his base.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's popular all over the world. He's a rock star. He's a legend in Kazakhstan. I mean, it's just what he's accomplished, what he represents for his country. I mean, there's so much pride there. When his fights are shown, I think it's 8 o'clock in the morning, Kazakh time.
Oh.
You don't see any cars on the street. You don't see people walking on the sidewalk. Everyone's watching Triple G in the ring, and it's just not only for his country, but for his family. I mean, everything that he represents is for respect in the sport of boxing.
That's Tom Loffer with Triple G Promotions.
Thank you, Ruslan.
The negotiations for this. We saw the way it was announced, Cinco de Mayo, where you guys came out after Canelo just worked Chavez Jr. The negotiations. Was there ever a time when you thought, this ain't happening?
I always thought it was going to happen. Gennady was frustrated last year when Canelo vacated the title. I've been in close contact with Eric Gomez the whole time. He said that, look, we need to shoot for September 2017. In that time frame, Gennady sold out the O2 Arena in London. He sold out MSG against Danny Jacobs in a tough fight. And I think, what Oscar said, it's a bigger event right now. I mean, it's marinated for about a year, maybe 2 years, depending on who you talk to. But now it's at its climax, and this is really, from a banner year in boxing of 2017, this is really the premier event of the year.
And you mentioned working with the Klitschko's.
Here he goes. Here's Triple G taking off his shirt.
Oh, 2 minutes.
He looks good.
Yeah, right. I don't think we have to worry about the weigh-in.
It's Abel unveiling his masterpiece right there.
Yeah, but I'm seeing a degree of definition in his muscles that I haven't seen at this point for some of his recent fights.
That's from a lot of hard punches he's going to be throwing on September 16th.
It's hot out here.
Abel is mic'd up, so we'll be able to hear him. You just heard him say it's hot out here. His back is ripped. What are you doing? Picking up the mountain?
A lot of specialized exercises up there in Big Bear. Abel has
See
his
this
own
pillow?
system.
That's what Abel usually works him out with. He's not really much of a mid guy. He likes the pillow because he can really get some leverage in each shot and really work on his accuracy. It's not about looking flashy and throwing 10-punch combinations. It's about hard, damaging punches.
Abel Sanchez was pretty much sabbatical, done with boxing for a while. Gennady Golovkin walked into his gym. Abel, longtime trainer, an amateur fighter, brought guys up. But Tom, the relationship between these two, it's unique, it's special, and you see that bond that they have. How tight is it?
Oh, it's a chemistry. Gennady's English wasn't very good when he first came over. Abel Russian wasn't very good.
Jesus!
When he first started working with him. But they speak the language of boxing.
Thank you, Max.
Everything that Abel showed him, all the tapes, watching Chavez Sr. and just describing the style he wanted, Gennady just soaked it up. Just really took to it.
Just 1 minute, okay?
Easily.
What? Just 1 minute. Okay. 1 minute.
And Golovkin was a willing student when it came to modifying the style. Because he had more of that Eastern European, Central Asian amateur style that reminded me of Kostya when I saw him spar with Canelo, where it was his right hand kind of pawing more with the jab and not always coming forward. And then with Abel, over the years, you saw him develop his left side and a nice hard jab and a left hook to the body and working the left hook with the right hand and walking guys down, but not just walking him down, applying pressure in a way that he's cutting off the ring.
He said it's just for 1 minute, so 1 minute solid shots. That left. I mean, he went full shorts and everything. I love that.
The beautiful Gennady girls.
LA Live, the plaza in front of Staples Center. You're watching Triple G in his public/media workout.
Max, help me.
And you're.
And that is power.
Step.
See how ripped his back muscles are. He gets his power.
They are all part of Canelo Triple G.
Same. Look at that power, that pop. How many of those bags do you guys go through, Tom?
That's why it has a dent in the middle of that bag.
Training his undefeated middle.
Okay, little shadow boxing, about 1 minute, and then we'll go.
Over 90 degrees at LA Live.
Michael Jordan.
Not that hot in Big Bear where he trains. Good lather for Gennady Golovkin. Takes on Canelo Alvarez. Sold out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. You can order online. Go to the Golden Boy website, ringtv.com. Check it out. Local cable providers. It's a 24/7 debut. Excellent first episode. Go to the Golden Boy website. You'll be seeing more exclusive footage as we lead up to September 16th.
Where's Tom?
Mexican Independence Weekend. Canelo and Triple G will go at it.
Look at the footwork in the ring. That's that's what he's famous for. Cutting up the ring, shortening the distance with his opponents.
He's got excellent ring generalship, excellent footwork, great balance. It's not stick and move footwork, it's close the distance footwork.
Abel, that's the guy that's announcing and he wants some of those shirts to toss out.
Now that is fundamentals, basics, the foundation.
Okay.
Too many guys now want to come up and do 18 punch combinations, and they skip this right here. Abel Sanchez keeps it real over the camera.
And you don't see Abel slapping the mitts against Gennady's gloves. Gennady's actually hitting the mitts with the gloves, just like Emmanuel Stewart used to do. There was those are old school boxing coaches, and that's where you show the real power.
What's his day like during camp?
Gennady's day? He's a machine up there. He wakes up about 6 o'clock in the morning. They go running about 6:15. He'll do his running and cardio till about 9 for 3 hours. He'll eat breakfast. He'll sleep. He starts training again about 3 until about 6:30. He'll eat dinner and he'll sleep. That's really the commitment, the dedication. A lot of fighters can't take the lifestyle and the discipline that it takes up there in Big Bear, and a
they
lot
get
of them
bored.
go home after about a week.
Yeah, and they go AWOL. Absolutely.
Well, there's another thing there too, right? Where it's so old school. It's no women in the gym, right? No friends, no entourage.
That's true.
It's come in and you work, and that's it.
No BS pretend trainers. No conditioning coaches.
None of that. Well, actually, I spoke with David Benavidez Jr., who's gone up to camp. And Benavidez been in camp with different guys. He said he came away so impressed with the professionalism that Gennady Golovkin showed.
That's right. David Benavidez is up there training right now, and he's a tremendous fighter, Benavidez.
20 years old, fighting for a title. He was in a camp recently, and he said that he tried running with Triple G. He wasn't invited to run with him, but he tried running alongside. He's like, whatever workout he was doing, he wanted to do the same one. Because why wouldn't you want to emulate the guy who's the premier of the 160? Crowd, a lot of them showed up since 8 o'clock this morning. Fired up, hot. A smile on his face. Twin brother Max. Gennady Golovkin, September 16th in Las Vegas, takes on Triple G. I want to thank Tom Law for joining us. Tom, once again, the September 16th, when you go at it, now that it's here, forget these guys. How excited are you?
This is a dream come true. I tell you, this is one of the big, this is probably the biggest event. Wembley Stadium was great with Klitschko and Joshua. That, a heavyweight championship at the soccer stadium. When you got a fight like this between the two guys, the two best middleweights in their prime at T-Mobile in Las Vegas, this takes everything to a whole different level. This is why the fans are so excited.
As our colleague Steve Kim said, Tom Loeffler went radio silence. Good news for everybody. And sure enough, a couple of days later, Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez deal was announced. Tom, I know you got to go with your fighter. Appreciate you joining us. Let's listen in right now.
All these fans out here, Triple G fans since 6 a.m. There's been fans lined up out here. How great is that feeling for a man like you?
Absolutely crazy. Thank you very much, everybody, for big support. Not only for me or for Canelo, for sport, for boxing sport, for true boxing fight, for true boxing sport. Thank you very much.
Triple G, there's been some of the best fights have ever came down in the middleweight division. Hearns, Hagler, Leonard, Duran. Of course, the great Bernard Hopkins reigning as undisputed middleweight champion. Where does Canelo Triple G rate with all these mega fights in your eyes?
You're absolutely right. So many great people, so many great champions, say in middleweight division, yeah. I think this is first step to history, the same, like a long time ago. Guys, we bring boxing position back. Remember, don't lose this fight, because this is true fight. True boxing fight, guys.
Before we let you go, Triple G, before I let you go, I know you got more interviews to do and so much more to handle today, this afternoon in LA. What would you like to say to all the fans? What would you like to say to the world of boxing, September 16th, for Canelo Triple G Canelo?
It's the biggest day for boxing, you know. I respect Canelo team, I know him long time, and I know my style. Guys, thank you very much for support for us, you know, for boxing. I promise, we bring amazing show, big gift, guys, for you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, LA, y'all give it up for the undefeated middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
And there you see a Mexican flag with Gennady Golovkin's name on it.
That's unprecedented.
Fans love him. He embraces the culture. And it's, I mean, a lot of people refer to like, oh, that's a marketing ploy. You know, you want to go and you get after it. I mean, how many people have come in with like Mexican colors or a sombrero, patronizing him? But this is legit real when you're in Big Bear with Abel Sanchez and you go and you figure everything out, and here he is. Beth Duran, Doug Fisher, and now the third member of our crew, Jessica Rosales, inside the ring.
All right, thank you, Betho and Doug. I didn't even work out, and I'm sweating here, so I can only imagine how hot it was for you in the ring. But first and foremost, we are in that home stretch. The fight is coming so closely. What are you most looking forward to about seeing Canelo in the ring?
You know, today is nothing. Today just, we're coming for people, you know, just September 16th is the biggest day, more hard, more warm, more amazing.
And so what makes Canelo your biggest challenge?
Yeah, Canelo, he is not regular guy, you know, he is extra. You know, last couple of years he looks very strong, you know. I'm still in middleweight division, long-time champions. Right now he's coming in middleweight division, you know. Who is number one in the middleweight division? See you September 16th.
We're about to find out, and of course, talking about that middleweight division, this is basically a very important fight, not only for boxing, but for that middleweight division. What do you think this fight kind of stands for and defines in that division?
You know, last couple of years we destroyed anybody. And right now, I don't know who is number 2, who is number 3, you know, I know just Canelo and me. Who win? Probably, you know, just, maybe, I don't know, people said like pound for pound king, you know, no, not for me. You know, this is biggest fight for history, you know, for support for people, because biggest day to Mexico, you know, like Independence Day, September 16th, you know, so many people watch this fight. You know, this is true fight.
So we had some people yelling that they love you over here. What do you want to say to them?
Thank you very much for support, not only for me, you know, for boxing, for my team, for this time, for today. I love you too, guys. Thank you. We're together.
Thank you so much for the time. Good seeing you.
Gennady Golovkin with Jessica Rosales, a big crowd at LA Live as Gennady has just finished his brief workout. This was more for the fans, for the crowd to enjoy and to get a chance to see this. Not too often do you ever get to see a fighter like this put on the work. The Hollywood sign in Southern California. More from LA Live and Canelo Triple G public workouts in Los Angeles.
For the first time in a long time, you've got not just the boxing fans, you have the entire sporting world interested in this matchup. Champions always carry the sport of boxing, but two great fighters and one great fight. That is what's important.
I stand again poised at the dawning of my acclaim. The two, who are my wings of ascension, where I last meet the sacred square. The flame has been passed, and the world, fire. I press my lineage on the two who would carry this flame. I see that it is well kept, but I demand more.
That's the power we've expected.
I am boxing.
Canelo, be bold.
Be bolder.
Whoa, come on, Canelo, be bold.
Be bolder as light.
You got it. Let me get in there.
Tecate Light, born bold.
El boxeo es un deporte muy difícil que requiere mucha disciplina, entrenamiento. Es un deporte de sacrificio.
Te quita muchas horas de tu juventud. Eres un joven que quiere vivir la vida, quiere ser como los demás, quiere ir a fiestas, a bailes, y no puedes hacerlo porque tienes que pelear, tienes que dormir temprano. Bien,
rapidito, esa es la disciplina. Bien. Yo creo que cuando te amas lo que haces, al final vale la pena.
Al final del tiempo, las cosas más preciadas que dejamos pasar encuentran nuestro rumbo nuevamente. Y esto que termina solo espera comenzar.
Avión más hotel al mejor precio, solo en Interjet Vacations. Lo mejor del cielo y la tierra.
Tecate, born bold.
Let me tell you a little something about boxing. The greatest moments have always been when the best fight the best. Pay attention. History is about to repeat itself. Canelo versus Golovkin, Saturday, September 16, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Live review.
Downtown Los Angeles as people actually moving on the freeway. They're on their way to see Canelo Alvarez, Triple G's public workout at LA Live across the street from Staples Center. I'm Beth Brand, joined by Doug Fisher from ringtv.com. Good crowd outside, and there you see them. They're doing anything they can to cover up. There's no shade at all. A lot of these fans came in here early. I got here about 9, and they were ready to